Hi and welcome to Winners Corner. It's a brand new year and the first V75 round of the year, this year 2019, will take place at Bergsåker racetrack. And Harry, how would you now describe this first V75 round for this year?
Yeah, it's very interesting, wintry conditions, and I think they've actually assembled a very, very good race card, especially if you consider we're right in the middle of winter, and we've got big races all the way in January, February, with the Prix d'Amérique, the headlight in the end of January. So a very good race meeting, and I think we can have a lot of fun.
The first bet for Winners Corner this year, it will take place in race 5. It's V75-1, the bronze division, over full distance. And well, Harry, how are you going to start off?
I've started off with Niklas Westholm's It's Showtime Zaz, and I think we can start the ball rolling with a good Showtime dance, winning dance. This horse is very, very capable. You can watch the film that I've taken out, how he literally absolutely pulverizes the field. You can see also that he's traveling there with all the grip shoes, etc., which they have to do in Sweden during the winter. So he has no problem with that, and a lot of horses do have problem when they can't go barefoot. So he's meeting pretty tough opposition. Lexington Hall is one to remember, exclamation mark. But I feel with draw 9, he's got an ideal draw to get a really good position from the start and then take them up the straight in Bergsåker. So I'm very confident, and I think he's got an outstanding chance of winning.
So according to Harry, we start off this 2019 with a safe win bet in race 5. Horse number 9, It's Showtime Zaz. We move on to the next race, race 6, V75-2, and it contains a full field of 15 mares over full distance. Circular start, and they're starting from 3 different tiers. And the question is now, where do we find the most interesting horse in this race?
For me, it's number 10, Vanessa FB with Ulf Eriksson. 15 fillies, as you mentioned, it's never easy to suss out women at all. And the same applies with horses. But have a look at this performance here. She runs on very, very well. She's meeting a lot of tough opposition, but they're standing 20 metres worse off. And I'm talking about 14 Gin Weasley, who did very well last time, and 15 Illison Louis has been backed on several occasions now to win. But I think the show-wise, Vanessa FB shows everything capable of taking a position in those first 3, and will give us 2.5 times the money, and I'm quite happy with that.
An interesting show bet there in race 6 on horse number 10, Vanessa FB. Race 8 is the 4th leg in the V75 round. It's a race for cold-blooded horses over sprint distance with a circular start. 2 tiers, and the favorite is the one placed furthest back in the field, number 15, Belfax. What do you think of his chances now to pass the whole field and
to be quite honest, I don't think he's got much chance of all. He's a really capable northern bred. There's no question about it. So don't misunderstand me. But 1,600 meter sprint, he's got a 20 meter handicap. He's right at the back. You ask anybody, it doesn't matter. It is not easy, believe me. And I don't think Belfax has got a result the results that he's had in the last 5 races showing that he just wins every time. He's very, very capable, probably the best horse in the field, but with that 20 meter handicap, forget it. That's why I'm really happy that he is there, that he is the favourite, because the one that I've chosen, they're going to have a tough time catching, and he's got a driver called Jorma Kontio.
And the horse is?
And the horse is Viewers of Viking, and I can see him from start to finish.
From start to finish, number 3, Björ's Viking, despite Belfax hunting him there from the back. And this is why you place a win bet on him here in race 8. Number 3, Björ's Viking. We move on now to the daily double, and we have it in races 10 and 11. DD1 is a silver division, a race over sprint distance, and number 1, Disco Valante, is the biggest favorite of the day. And you also, Harry, think that this is a horse that we can rely on.
Absolutely. He's got, for me, an ideal draw. He's very, very fast out. I can't see anybody taking the lead from him. And once in the front, Disco Volante is very hard to beat. He's a top class sprinter. And as I say, he doesn't like to go from behind, but he's started to mature a lot better. But I think from that draw, I have no obligation other than to bank him in the daily double. I must point out that he's not exactly the most stable of horses, but right now, with draw one, I think he's got an outstanding chance of leading this all the way.
DD2 is a class 1 race, full distance circular start, and we can see here that you want to go for a horse called Crackerjack, number 2. Tell us why this horse is suitable to be a DD banker.
Because he comes from Norway, where they don't have the help of the riding crop. He's a very capable customer. Yeah, you see Andre Stenson winning with him at Bjarka, a really good performance. He's got an ideal draw, and he's got probably Sweden's top 3, top 4 driver in the sulky, Ulf Olsson. And Ulf Olsson's now home again after a quick sojourn in the sun in Jamaica. So he's now starting to come back to winning ways. And I can see, just because of the name Maria Cracker, that it's definitely Crackerjack.
Beautiful name there. And this means that we have one single combination for the daily double this Saturday. Time now for us to go through the V75 round, and we have a couple of big favorites here in this round. Zenit Brick in the gold division and Disco Volante in the 6th leg. And it will be interesting now, Harry, to see if you bank them both, if you bank one of them, or if you bank none of them. Let's take a look at your V75 system, and we can see here that, wow, 2 bankers, and you bank one of the heavy favorites, and that is number 4, Zenit Brick in the gold division. Tell us, is he the best banker of the day?
Absolutely. This horse is a winner. He's in the top 10 in Europe. He consistently produces good run after good run after good run outside the leader. He never gives up. And he got beaten by Nadal Broline, I must say, make that point. But he's a pretty good performer, is Zenit Brick. And I think from draw 4, even although Lionel Eno impressed immeasurably last time out, Lionel Eno, driven by the owner, Göran Antonsson. Örjan Kihlström up now behind Zenit Brick as Björn Goop's away on duty in France. But I think from that draw, it's going to be very hard to beat Zenit Brick. Take a look also at 5, number CD. Great to see him back racing. But I must point out, we've seen the likes of Digital Ink come back. It is not easy to come back in this class. It's going to be really interesting to see Robert Bergtrain's number CD now. And I think he's going to be interesting to watch. And I'm really holding thumbs that maybe he can just surprise everybody, but not in his first run.
And then we can also see that you banked number 2, Crackerjack, in the last leg. We've already talked about him when we went through the DD system. And in the DD system, you also banked number 1, Disco Volante. But here we can see that you add on 3 more horses in the 6th leg. Tell us why.
Primarily, as I say, there's no question about that Disco Volante with outer break and in normal form will walk this. However, I feel that he hasn't been 100% reliable. And even though he's got a fantastic good draw this time and Ulf Olsson up, I want to take a chance that if we miss the double, we're going to have a weekend of fun with number 3. And I've thrown in, obviously, Eric Sting and Noble Amok. And I see those as the dangers.
We have one race left to talk about, and that is the 5th leg, a Class 2 race, where we find number 3, Caesar FC. He's performed very well. He's the favorite. He's won 4 out of 10 races. But you do not want to leave him alone on this.
Absolutely. Arcavi Vidal's also in good form, so he is definitely my first choice, Caesar FC. But I'm wanting to include High Surprise of the Day with Matthias Hughes. And the Hughes brothers are also producing consistently like Zenit Brick. One after the other, the brothers are winning races wherever they go. And I see that High Surprise of the Day as a nice outsider here with Magnus Hughes in the sulky. 6 Pastorn with Örjan Kihlström from the Henrik Larsson stable. Henrik Larsson stable starting to show signs of coming back into form. And number 11, Botnas Explosive, I hope might also explode onto the scene with a great driver there, Rickard Skoglund, who we know is one of the up-and-coming stars.
And this means that we have 960 combinations for the V75 system this Saturday. Thank you for today, Harry. And at our website, swedishhorseracing.com, you'll find out much more information about Swedish trotting and horse betting in general, and about, of course, this race day at the Bergsåker racetrack. And now, the best of luck with your bets. Bye-bye.